All right, Sav, welcome to For the Souls podcast. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yes, of course. I'm so glad you were able to make it out and we can get this happening for you and just give people a little bit of a deeper insight on who you are,
Yeah.
um, to know you outside of the music persona per se.
Yeah.
So, give us a little bit about your childhood. How did you grow up?
Uh, I think I had a pretty good childhood, roughly. I think my generation probably got the last of that, being outside and playing on riding bikes and scooters and playing soccer in the middle of the street type of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I come from a migrant family. My parents both originally came from Jalisco,
Oh, okay.
Mexico, for sure. Pops was always working. Mom's stay-at-home moms.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me move
it's
this
pretty
closer.
cool though, for sure. Um,
So, are you first generation Mexican American?
yep, for
Oh,
sure.
nice.
Grew up Spanish first. My parents they pretty old school, traditional Mexican.
Yeah.
You know, they took their time to have kids. My mom had me when she was like about 36, and I'm
Oh,
only her
okay.
second kid. She had my older sister. She had her at 33. So I always tend to look at it like I grew up with what most people grow up with as their grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
as my parents, because most of my friends are like my peers growing up. Their parents, they'll be, a little younger than mine most of the time and stuff. But
Yeah.
I looked at it like it was kind of like I benefited off that because I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I got old school generation in me, and then I got the new school just from, growing up out here. And, I'm still a 2000 baby when you look at it, like, but I got an old soul. I for sure do.
Yeah.
That's the way I think of it.
Oh, so you're how old then? Sorry, I'm not
24.
good at math.
Nah, I'm
24.
24. Yeah.
Oh shoot, I was thinking you were my age.
Yeah, nah,
I'm about
I
to be
get that a
29.
lot for sure. I always get like at least a good either 5 or 10 years at it on me.
Yeah, it's your demeanor, I think.
Yeah, and then I used to have a beard too. I think once I cut it off, I cut off like 10 years for sure. Yeah, no.
Yeah, the beard will definitely age a man. I used to try to make my man grow a beard, and he wouldn't for the longest until we broke up. Because anyways, no, I was kidding. But so what was your household like? Your so I know you said your family's from Jalisco, right? But they came straight here to Sacramento.
Nah. So I got a lot of family out there in like the 831, Salinas, and then
Okay.
Watsonville and all that. They both lived out there separately though. They got together out here in Sac, but they
Okay.
grew up together though in the same small town in Mexico and everything. So they've known each other since they were younger and stuff. But you know, my dad, I have an older brother
Mhm.
aside from my mom.
Mhm.
We're not really too close anymore, but my dad already had his own thing going on, you know, but they ended up crossing paths, and then, one thing led to another, and then here I am.
Dang, what are the odds of that,
Yeah,
huh?
it's
That
crazy
was
for
for sure
sure.
fate.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
to come from like the same pueblo in Jalisco and then to
Mm-hmm.
meet up over here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty cool. I got family in Salinas too. And your household, what was it like? Was I know when I talk to a lot of people, especially in our culture, one of the most predominant things is that it wasn't a very affectionate household. Did you have affection in your household?
Well, my parents, they tend to always, they talked about it a lot, my parents, they were they were big on that. You guys gotta love each other. The I love yous and coming in and trying to encourage you. They talked a lot, but I still had a lot of free time on my hands.
Mm,
So
okay.
between my mom's doing the household stuff and my pops working late nights, early mornings type stuff, just trying to provide. I'm the only male in my house. I got an older
Yeah.
sister and a younger sister. I do have a brother, but I ain't seen him since like 2007,
Yeah.
and I just recently got back into contact with him and stuff. But it was mainly just me as the only boy type stuff. When my pops come home, he'd be pretty tired. He trying to get ready for the next work day. He'd made time for us though, for sure. He was always They were both trying to be there. They did their best and stuff. I got caught up outside. That's what it was with me
Yeah.
for sure.
Did you feel the pressure of having to be like the man of the house since your dad was working?
Oh, he emphasized that for sure. He was like, "I'm
Yeah.
not here. It's on you." So
Yeah.
I kind of put that weight on my shoulders. Like, oh yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
I,
Somebody comes in here, I'm the one that gotta do something. I'm like,
yeah. As a young man, what's that like? Because I feel like I see that all the time. I think that's like a staple of how young men are raised. But what is that actually like for a young man? I don't think I've ever asked nobody that.
I mean, if you know, it's like a bittersweet type of thing. Like you're like, okay, it's me, I'm the man. Like I gotta say, but it's also like I gotta fill in my pops' shoes.
Yeah.
You know, so it goes both ways. I'm like, and then honestly, I think I'll probably never be able to fill that man's shoes. You know, my pop's he pretty cool. You know, old school. You know, he don't drink, he don't smoke. You know, he just hard working all day type of stuff.
Yeah. So coming from what seemingly seems like a good like foundation, with what your parents could, how did you get wrapped up into the streets? Did that come in like adolescence, like preteen years?
Yeah, yeah. So really, what it was is my parents did everything. You know, they did their best and stuff, but we still struggle with like poverty and stuff. So I was
Mm-hmm.
always, Goodwill shopping, hand me downs, stuff like that. And we're living in the ghetto. Like, I grew up out there, you feel me? All around South Sac for sure.
Yeah.
But I was out there, Meadowview, the Gardens, Valley High, Mac Road, G Parkway, you know, throughout all those sections I spent most of my childhood. And, you just become a product of your environment type of stuff. And then, when you're a young man, you growing up, you don't really know what you're doing, but you trying to find your place.
Mm-hmm.
And, one thing led to another, for sure. And now that when I'm older, I think it was kind of like meant to be because the stuff I'm doing
Yeah.
and the influence I have, I feel like it was needed in my section because we didn't really have a lot of that. Like we did, but not specifically for like my peoples and stuff,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So at what age did all this start for you?
I think around like 10 or 11. I
Okay.
lost my god brother. He was from Salinas,
Yeah.
and he died to gun violence out there in Salinas and stuff. And it kind of just, he was thugging himself.
Yeah.
So I always looked at him like the older brother that wasn't there. Because every time he was there, he's like, "Oh, but get out of here!" Like, like always messing with me,
Mm-hmm.
or just little stuff like a big brother would. Like I'm always trying to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, get out of here! Oh, you're gonna go do this. You're gonna just that type of stuff. And then when he passed, it was my first, real big loss,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really know how to how to take that. Like I had lost other family members before, but I was a kid. I was only 10
Yeah.
years old, 11 almost. And when it happened, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy. And I started looking into his life and how was he living. And, then I get told different stories. Oh, this is why it happened. Or these certain group of people did this and this and that. And then I just started looking up to him. And then he had already been rapping too.
Mm-hmm.
He went by Lil Chris. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you look him up on YouTube, it still pops up. It's like he has a couple songs. It's like Mafia Life or Getaway by Lil Chris. And then I start listening to the raps and stuff, and I'm like, this is my family. Like he's gone. Like he was really like my bro, and it just start. I start looking more into stuff, and then I start looking around my neighborhood, and I'm like, this is all going on around here too.
Yeah.
It just kind of gave me that little extra push,
Yeah.
and then just went from there. Just growing up, middle school, high school, and so on type stuff.
Yeah. And coming from a migrant family, did your parents push back against that?
Oh yeah, all the time for sure. They they did everything. They try to I got a lot of ass whoopings for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, at some point, I think maybe when I hit like 14 years old, I started kind of taking off on my own, like for long periods of time, like all type of stuff, getting into little bullshit at school, and then I talked to them the same way they talk to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what, just let me learn, like I'm gonna go figure this out, and if I fall, like that's on me.
Yeah.
I mean, now when you get older, you're like, okay, that you had all the answers right there. You could have just listened to them, and you would have avoided a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
A lot of us
But
are knuckleheads, so
yeah, yeah,
it's
for
all good.
sure. You gonna have to learn on your own type of stuff,
Yeah.
and that's what I told my pops, my moms, and You know, they obviously were still against a lot of the stuff, but they're like, you know what, like he's right. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we've done everything we can. We're still trying, and we're still always gonna be there. But you want to go and learn, you want to fuck up. I just pray that you don't do nothing that's gonna really fuck you up like that. Like we're
Yeah.
still gonna be here, and we still love you, but that's you know that's it's out of our hands now. You want to do that? Go learn. And oh, I for sure learn for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. Babe, will you do me a favor? Will you turn off the fan? Um, what was your temperament like? Not that one, the that one. I'll edit this part out. Just press that
So
button.
good, so good.
What was your temperament like growing up? Because you strike me as a very calm person.
I'm always been the type to I'm pretty calm, collected and stuff. But just like everyone, you do have that side of you. Somebody goes a little too far. We all got a fuse. Some people short, some people long. I had that fuse. Like the moment I hear some real disrespect, like or something like that, then that mode gets turned on. I try to keep it as suppressed as I can and stuff, but sometimes people be asking for certain stuff.
Yeah, my mom used to always tell me, she'd be like, it's the quiet, calm ones you got to watch out for.
Yeah, you don't
And
know
it's,
what's going on in their head.
yes, and it's so true because everybody that I've met that's like that, my husband's like that too. There is a whole nother side of y'all that's like, okay, yeah, I understand why you guys keep it as cool,
Yeah.
calm, and collected as you can because that other side will be real quick to put you in a pickle that
No,
you might not be able to get
for
out of.
sure. No, yeah. I know what I'm gonna do type of stuff. Like that's why I hold back. It's not it's for y'all safety type of stuff
Yeah.
when it's that situation. But I don't be really trying to get hella crazy like that or nothing. I be the one trying to talk people out of it or the mediator in
Yeah.
situations. I get calls, oh this dude did this or this dude did that, and they calling me, and I'm like, bro, really? So what? And then I gotta sit there and fix the problems and stuff. And I'm like, a lot of the stuff out here, not just with regular people, but like in the streets, a lot of problems out there could really just be solved with a real grown man conversation
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of things would be avoided. But in the streets ain't really like that. And most people don't want to talk about nothing. But the ones that do, I'm right there. I'll help y'all out, whatever.
Why do you think that is that people don't want to communicate and resolve an issue through man to man conversations?
Uh, Either they didn't learn that growing up, or they're nervous or scared of what's gonna happen if they do, and they don't want to, go out like that.
Yeah. Do you think you think they think that it makes them look soft?
Yeah, for sure. And don't get me wrong, like any real, if there's, I mean, there's certain problems for sure that can't be, you can't talk out of nothing. There's probably bloodshed behind it or whatever. But the small ones that you could, I recommend you should, because those small things end up leading to something way bigger eventually,
Mm-hmm.
and it could all been avoided type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with like Sacramento politics, but there's been some things that I've heard of like just bodies that have been caught and then like the reason why
Mm,
behind it. And I just be like, damn, that was like really petty if you think about it.
for
Like that
sure,
that
no,
just
for
snowballed
sure.
into something that was so unnecessary off of something so little. But
Yeah,
it's interesting to me to observe the lengths that people are willing to go to preserve a reputation because they care what other
other
people
people
think
think
about
for
you.
sure. Yeah. No, yeah, and that's what makes all the politics really get watered down. Honestly, like there's so much bullshit going on in SAC. It's too much, so you can't even keep track of it. Type of stuff. Like it's better off you just if you're not even involved in it, just stay out of it. Type of stuff for sure.
Yeah. Is it hard, when you began to run the streets and then, you're growing into a man, you're learning these lessons as you grow. Is it hard to adjust? Is it, to navigate through all that out here?
Every day for sure. Cause I've always tried to think a little more mature, but then you got certain situations that bring that other side of you back.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta think of every decision you make. Just make sure you're ready for whatever consequence comes with it, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's true. Action, the consequence, right? What? When did you get into music?
I have my first song I ever did on a microphone and recorded when I was 14. I actually still have it. It's like on one of my old Facebook files and stuff from way back when.
Mm-hmm.
But I was 14, first time I ever dropped anything on a mic. And then after that, um, I was just kind of going on SoundCloud,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't really actually record this stuff. That one was just random, I was chilling over there in the hood, and my boy ended up having, oh, I got the studio set up in the apartment, bro. Come lay something down. I'm like, bro, I don't rap, like I don't know nothing
Oh.
about that. I'm like, he's like, you don't got nothing, you just be, fucking around or whatever the fuck. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, I'll get back to you. Like now, I got some thinking. I'm like, I gotta go write something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just even if I'm just gonna hear it myself, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm just fucking around type of stuff. I went home. I for sure wrote some, and then it was just me kind of playing with it. Like a day or two later, I come back, and then we finally lay it down. And I was like, what? I'm listening to it. I'm like, this is cool. But after that, I lost contact with bro, and then I seen people on SoundCloud going crazy at the time. It was like
Mm-hmm.
2015. SoundCloud was up, so everybody's on SoundCloud. I didn't have a studio, so I would get a speaker and just play a beat off of YouTube or something
Yeah.
on the speaker, and I'd get my phone and press record and just spit over the beat like that. And I still got like one or two that are still up on SoundCloud just like that. It's all rough, just raw vocals and stuff, but you can hear what I'm saying. So
Yeah. And I remember SoundCloud. That was like a
yeah,
whole era right there
yeah, for sure.
for people to
Everybody was.
really showcase their talent.
Yeah, it was before Instagram had, now Instagram and, TikTok, it's a whole nother world now. But back then, I was just on SoundCloud. I'm dropping the stuff, just playing with it. Never really did nothing. Left it up there, and then 2019,
Mm-hmm.
I had just got out of juvenile hall like a year before that, or like 2 years almost. It was the beginning of 2019. I got out. I got out like the beginning of 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, let me get back into this. And my boy has started doing the same shit. He got his laptop. Shout out my boy, Grazy Score. He had his laptop and he was staying out there. He had just left from out here from Sac. He went to Fairfield for a minute. And he's like, bro, pull up. I got the whole thing. I've been recording myself. Boom. We get to it. We start doing hella different stuff. And then I'm hitting the heck of people up. I'm like, bro, who got a studio, like a legit
Yeah.
studio? Like, because we getting told left and right, hey, you guys are going crazy. Hey, this, hey, we just, it's just us fucking around. And then I'm looking around, and I had no idea where to find that one studio in
Yeah.
Sacramento. I was a kid. I still, I didn't know, so I keep hitting people up. One of my boys gets back to me. He said my boy got one. I go, I pull up. It's a little garage studio and stuff, but it would get the job done. It was better than what we had. And then we go, we knock out a track, and then my cousin's like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to start doing music videos," and it all just like kind of sequence start
Yeah.
happening back to
It was
back.
in alignment. Like it fell
Yeah,
into place exactly when it was supposed
right
to.
when I needed it, and then my cousin actually he had went to school for art and
Yeah.
videography and digital designing, all type of stuff. So he's like, I'm about to start doing videos. But I'm like, well, what's up? I got this song I just did. Let's shoot one.
Oh, that's
And I had
tight.
just been to my first music video ever because one of my boys had shot a video, and I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
like how a music video works. And once I saw it, I'm like, okay, bro, just playing the song he already has, and dude's recording them,
Mm-hmm.
acting it out on the camera. I'm like, I could do this. I'm like, okay, yeah. And he tells me he's about to start shooting videos, so we shoot it, and I put it out there, and that was 2019, and it got a lot of good feedback because, I was always ripping running the streets when I
Yeah.
was young. I was all around Sacramento, and I met a lot of people. So when they seen I started rapping, they're like, "Hey, bro, like I remember him. Like, what? He's doing music now?"
Yeah. So
Excuse me.
it
And
made
then
that traction come back.
yeah, everyone just start, hey, yeah, go. They sharing it and this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I might have done something here. Like, okay, let's do that. So then we just started doing it more and more, but we didn't really do a lot of videos like that. But it was a lot of audio for sure. And then my boy linked me up. He called me. He's like, "Hey, bro, like, I know this dude from the section. Like, he's been doing music for a while now. Um, I'm trying to introduce you to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I seen he's doing music, and I seen you doing your shit. You going crazy. Like, I think it's only right. Y'all both from the same section and stuff." So then that's when I met my bro, Bo Biz.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I met Bo Biz and my homie Bear, and we linked up and we just chopped it up. Came up with a little game plan, and like, bro, I don't know how we hadn't crossed paths before, but you know, now that we got it, let's get it. And then we came up with a game plan, and sure enough, you know, everything we planned started coming to fruition and
Yeah.
stuff. And
God's
then,
timing.
yeah, for sure. And then after that, it just took off. The city just followed suit for sure. I had a lot of love. I mean, there's hate here and there,
Yeah.
but for sure I had a lot of love, and it just that's how I kicked it off. 2019.
Oh, that's cool. So it's just been on a trajectory up and up and up.
Yeah,
I
for
gotta I
sure.
gotta go back on something. You mentioned going to juvenile or juvie. Um, walk me through that. What happened? If you
Oh
don't mind talking
yeah,
about
nah, yeah, it was a big
it.
thing. It was a big thing for sure. So it was only my second time. I only went to juvenile hall twice.
Only.
Yeah, only. But the first time it was just a quick little like 33 days, and then I bounced back. You know, I didn't really take it as much. You know, I didn't
Mhm.
really learn no lesson or nothing. Like
Mhm.
when I first went in there, I'm like, oh damn, they got me like this. So I was 15. You know,
Yeah.
just it's just real now. Like oh my god, when they throw you in that room by yourself, it's a different feeling. All you got you in your thoughts.
Yeah.
So when I got out, it was just I think it was too fast. I should have sat in there a little longer.
You think that would have made the difference?
At 15, yeah, because it made a difference at 16 for sure. But at
Yeah.
15, I got out. I think it was a little too fast for it. I got out and just right back to the same bullshit for sure.
And let me ask you, did you feel like your status elevated because you got
Oh
out of
yeah, I
juvie? You
thought I
got a
was
slap on
hella
the wrist?
cool. I thought I was
Yeah.
hella cool. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I got out and I see everybody had posted free me and oh free Sav and this that
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, for sure. I felt like okay,
It boosted the ego.
uh-huh. But like 4 months later, I went right back down.
Mm.
This time, it started off as something small, but then as the investigation went in deeper, it got worse, and then I ended up sitting down for like 8 months.
Mm.
I was facing a lot more time than that, but you know, one thing led to another, and then I ended up getting out after 8 months. I was still fighting the case. They
Mhm.
let me out on ankle though, but the case was still going on. I fought it for like another 5 months after that.
Yeah.
But that second time, it for sure gave me a different look on stuff. Once they throwing all these search warrants and all this evidence, and it's looking bad, and they're like they talking about this and the third. I'm like, oh damn, like I thought it was over. Like for
Yeah.
sure, it was a little like a baby wake up call type of thing. Um,
What did it teach you about yourself?
I found myself in there for sure because I hit rock bottom. You know, I was like, damn, it's over. I thought I was done forever. I was like, I'm gonna get out, and everybody's life's gonna be moved on. Who knows? My folks still gonna be here. You know,
Mhm.
it was looking bad. So then once I got out, I was like, okay, yeah. Now there's consequences to what you're doing. Like,
Mhm.
it ain't no more slaps on the wrist. Nothing you seen where you just dies on the last one, and that was out of pure luck, you know, for sure. But it made me realize like it's getting serious, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta tighten up. And don't get me wrong, like for the first, probably like year or something, I had tightened up, but old habits die slow for sure.
Yeah.
I ended up jumping right back into the same shit, thugging. But now I still have that piece with me though, that wake up call. So I'm like, okay, just gotta be smart.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff you can still be doing out here, but don't be sloppy with your stuff. Like, I was reckless back then. Everything was just kind of on some social media stuff. Now it's like, okay, now you got that whole persona. Now you known for this and that and the third. Like, what's your next step? I'm like, well, I want some money now.
Yeah.
you know, the reputation, everything that's there, everybody knows what's going on. But now, what's the next step?
Yeah.
Because that's not gonna get me no, street credit on work in the bank for sure. So
Yeah. Was that transition hard for you?
yeah, well, it mainly it was part in there and then part out here. Out here, I start in there. I found myself type of shit. I hit rock bottom. I'm done. I just got nothing but time to think. And then I get out here, and now I'm like, now I got all the time in the world to do whatever. What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to start kind of talking to myself, like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, what is it? Like, so I just start trying to this, that, hands in every hustle type of thing. The important thing is to just keep doing something.
Yeah. Dang, I don't know why I get like allergies or something. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I saw you post you work, right? Outside of music?
Yeah, yeah, I work.
Like construction or something?
Yeah, yeah,
Something blue collar, right?
yeah. I just got
Okay,
up
okay.
into
So
the
then I
union.
remember correctly.
Nah, yeah.
How'd you get into that? I don't know what it is that you do. You don't have to share for what, if you don't want
Nah,
to,
no,
but
it's all good.
it was cool to see. I was like, okay, he's got,
Nah, yeah,
a
yeah.
plan B and he
I
be on it
didn't.
because that's a good avenue to take things. I'm a big advocate for blue collar.
Nah, yeah, for sure. The rap don't pay the bills yet, for sure. It pays though. I get
Yeah.
my check every month. But I've always worked, for sure. My pops was big on that, like, oh, you want an ice cream, you better rake the leaves, or you
Mm-hmm.
want this, you gotta go work for it. And the way he put it was like, nobody's just gonna come here and just hand you something.
Yeah.
You want something, go work for it. He's like, and that's probably the best thing he could have ever taught me though, for sure. Cause I kept that in mind the whole time growing up, whatever, and it's done nothing but benefit me for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I've worked everything for sure. I done been a cashier. I done did landscaping. I done did construction. I did demolition. Right now I just got into the union. I'm doing concrete and rebar stuff.
Good for you.
Um, but I was working a different job before that. I was doing demolition, but it didn't have as much as the benefits and stuff. So I was
Mm-hmm.
constantly on the side. I'm on Indeed,
Yeah.
trying to find different jobs, applying. I applied a whole bunch of jobs, and this one hadn't hit me back for like probably like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And even after they hit me back, I didn't get hired for another 2 months.
Yeah.
But I was like, the moment they told me it was good, I'm in there. If it's good, for
Yeah, because
sure.
union gives you good benefits, doesn't it?
Nah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's been good, and I'm in there. I started off with little to damn near no experience in that
Mm-hmm.
type of trade. And now I done picked up on it. It's all pretty
Yeah,
simple,
it's gonna keep you strong. I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, for sure. I need it. I need
Because
it.
that's gonna keep you in shape.
Nah, yeah,
That's you said concrete or rebar, right?
yeah.
That is not easy on the body.
Nah, for sure,
So
for sure. And then we out there, we outside in the sun too. I'm trying to knock these down.
yeah. Well, that's good. It's so cool to see that you also have that career path um in blue collar. I love to see that. And just to hear you talk about work ethic. I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
that's
for sure.
so predominant. I don't want to just say our culture, but I feel like I don't know. I be feeling like Mexicans. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
really
oh yeah. We
instilled
get we
in
get
us a
busy for
hundred
sure.
percent.
Oh yeah.
You know, how far do you plan on taking rapping, or is it like what are your thoughts on it?
Honestly, like I didn't think nothing of it when I first started, but after I hit that first million views, I was
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, I could do something with this. And then the thing is though, is that if you do music long enough, it's not just like a hobby no more. Like it turns into a job, and you
yeah,
gotta you gotta constantly be coming up with new ways to put your product out there, which is and then you're your own advertisement. I'm still independent.
mm-hmm.
I do work with a lot of people, but myself, I'm still independent. So a lot of the stuff is really on me on how much I want to push it. So I've been kind of learning how to go about it, because everything's a bag. Social media, everything's gonna pay, but there's certain things you have to meet, certain qualifications to get that bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to kind of keep up on. I still got a lot to learn for sure, but I'm getting there. So I think I could really go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
I just got to put a little more focus into it. But between that and life, it'd be hard. It'd be hard, but I'll make the time for it for
Yeah,
sure.
it definitely is time consuming. I mean, you have the talent for sure, hands down.
Appreciate it.
You
Appreciate it.
got it. But even it's the same with podcasting. For the longest, it was like at a standstill because I knew I had the talent, but it was the balance of the time
No,
to
yeah,
push it
for
out
sure.
there, the networking, the promoting. I'd be tired of the shit. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
yeah, I think it's taking off though for sure. Cause my older sister would actually, I think she used to watch your stuff, but from before it was a podcast. Like you had
Oh, when I was on
like
IG, just doing IG
yeah,
videos.
yeah. She used to
Dang, I
watch
wonder
your
how far
stuff.
back because let me tell you.
It might have, I don't even remember, but it was a while. My sister, she was born in '96, so she's like
Oh, okay, so she's a year younger than me.
yeah, yeah. She would keep up on your stuff though
Oh,
back
dang.
then.
So she might have been from way back. I didn't always used to be this mature, to say the
Yeah, I
least.
think
Like
all of us for sure.
there's a whole side of IG that I'm like, oh my God, those videos cringe. It's so crazy.
Nah,
Like you wouldn't even
yeah.
recognize me no
I be
more.
seeing the old stuff I used to post too. I'm like, oh
Isn't that crazy how
yeah,
growth is?
yeah, for sure.
Imagine 10 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, damn.
I still be going back. I'd be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're taking off in your career. Is there any artists that you want to work with that you thought about like, oh, this would be a cool collab?
Like big artists, just regular.
Any
I
artists?
mean, anybody who willing to work with me for sure. As long as you going crazy or whatever you doing your thing, I'm always try to work with it. But big artists, I I listen to like Polo G and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Kind of more I like his shit. He's more like on some life shit, but
Mm-hmm.
still it's still catchy type of shit
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So I fuck with Apology for sure. I want to work with him.
Nice. Who was your favorite artist growing up?
Growing
Or
up,
who'd you listen to?
I never really had like a certain genre.
Yeah.
I listen to everything. I'm
Do
a yeah.
you?
I speak Spanish, so I listen to all Mexican music too.
Yeah.
Um, Country, everything.
What's your favorite
Rap
corrido right now?
on the spot. Oh, damn. Um, I forgot who's it by, but it's called La Venganza del M1. That
Okay.
one, bro. It just when I first heard it, one of my boys that passed away he used to really fuck with it. So every time I hear it, it just kind of gives me that little memory
Hmm.
of him and stuff. But faithfully, that one goes on. I'm gonna probably sing along to it the whole time type of
Yeah.
shit.
And you mentioned country. Now I gotta know country artists you like.
Uh, I just now got put on names and stuff, but like Morgan Wallen
Oh, okay.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wasted
I
on you.
actually
That's a
just
good
went
one.
to that country in the park they had.
Oh, was it fun?
Yeah, first time for sure, for sure. It was crazy. Yeah,
I'm really enjoying seeing a lot more I don't want to label us, but just we're a little bit more hood,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, for sure.
and how everyone's embracing more the other layers of themselves. And like I think even Goonie posted like some real, I don't know what it would be, like indie house music, or I don't know, but it's cool to see like, okay,
Yeah,
we're
I
showing them
think
other layers. It ain't just the hard stuff.
I think it's a lot to do with the social media now.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting a chance to look at everybody.
Yeah.
You're not just focused in your certain street blocks you grew up in. Like you get a chance. There's a whole world out there.
Yeah.
So with the internet and how much everybody can interact with each other now, you can. Oh yeah, I actually used to listen to this back then. I didn't even know I liked it. And there's a whole community of people that listen to just that.
Yeah.
And then same goes with the Mexican music and stuff. Like I almost forgot Spanish for a while too, just because we're out here. I didn't really use Spanish at school or in the streets. I was just always speaking English, listening to English.
Mhm.
And my parents, but I'll turn that off. Like slap something. We're at home. Like you got all the time to be. I'm just like, no, it's just not me. I don't really know what they're saying like that. And, even though I grew up Spanish first, I started forgetting it after a while, just not
Same.
practicing it as much.
Mhm.
And then when I started working again, I was always working at a young age, under the table and stuff. But I was 15 working 8-hour jobs and stuff. And I'm around nothing but, raza, Mexicans, and they speak in Spanish. And I would speak, but I would be embarrassed, but I would speak.
Yeah.
And they'd clown me. They'd be like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, mucho as hell. Like, he can't speak this or he's saying this hella funny. And I was for sure an Osabo kid for sure.
Yeah.
And then I just started picking up. Like I got a chance to practice it. I'm 8 hours every day, Monday through Friday with these guys. Like I'm gonna just start using what they saying. So what they saying, I'm picking it up. I'm using it right back to them, and it just went. And then I was like, they're playing music on the radio while we driving to the next little spot or something, and I like this song. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, and I go home, I'm listening to it, and then even my parents notice. They're like, "What? Like, oh,
What's going
okay, that's
on?
what's up." I mean, they not might agree with all the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Some a little more hood and stuff, but they just like the fact that I'm using Spanish.
Yeah.
And then now I'm about probably like 85, 90% fluent for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
I'm I'm the same on your boat. Actually, getting Spanish was my first language, and then I got with him, and you guys actually have very similar backgrounds. It's kind of a trip, but being around my suegra is when I started. All she speaks is Spanish, and
oh
she would
yeah,
check me, and she would laugh, and
oh for sure.
it just kind of came back like second nature, I guess. I still get a little like, what if I'm saying things wrong? Like
Yeah,
I get people all the time that are like, make content in Spanish, like all your wise stuff, say it in Spanish. And then I'll do a video in Spanish, but I don't know. I just see myself speaking and I'll be like, nah, never mind.
it
But
feels weird at
it
first.
it does. But I like that you incorporate it into your music,
Yeah, for sure. I
you know?
do a lot of the Spanglish. I did that one corrido, but I didn't go to like the right people for it.
Mm,
I went to a rap studio and recorded a corrido. So on top of me, I was pretty drunk when I recorded it. On top of that, them not really knowing how to mix master the stuff,
yeah.
it just didn't come out as good as it could have. It was good, but it was more to show people, hey, you know what, this guy speaks Spanish, because Northern Cali, as far as Mexicans, we pretty much known for, oh, they talk like they're black or
Yeah.
this, that, and whatever. But I'm like, bro, I speak Spanish too. I'm just the same as everybody else. But I wanted to show them that, so I put it in the music, and it's cool. But I know I could do way better than
Oh
that one
yeah.
for sure.
You
I
should.
got cousins all in the music, all in the Mexican music.
Yeah.
They pull out with the banda, with the guitars and everything,
Oh,
and they've actually wanted to work with me. I got some stuff I'm gonna work.
you should. That would be
Yeah.
hella cool. I think that's one thing that like is your one up too.
Hmm.
Your ability to fluctuate between both genres or like even incorporate the Spanish into a rap song and it sounds
Hmm.
hella hard,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that's tight.
No,
And
yeah.
we love anything that boosts our ego and shit.
No,
So
yeah,
when
for
we
sure. I'm
listen to
like,
the rap music
I'll
and then
be
a
hearing
banger
it.
comes on in Spanish, it's like, yeah,
I'll
you
be
know.
hearing it. They be telling me like, bro, you did that one in Spanish. It's going crazy.
Mhm.
And they be more fucking with it than me. I'm like, hell yeah, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna have to do some more stuff for sure. And I'm working on it though. I got my it's like my nephew cousin type of thing. Like his mom is my cousin,
Mhm.
but he's older than me. You know how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
goes. His families be different, but his name's Ivan Davalos. He's out
Okay.
there out of Watsonville,
Yeah.
and he's going crazy though for sure with the Mexican
Oh,
music.
send me his page. I'd like to see.
No, yeah, for sure. Uh, we're gonna have some pretty soon for sure. I gotta get back in tune with this. I'm starting to. I just had a little pickup on the music again because
Mhm.
it goes up and down every now and then. So I'm like, oh yeah, like I gotta get it right now while it's good and just give them something to look at.
Yeah, keep the traction going cuz
Yeah.
the song Red Team you just dropped recently, right?
Oh yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, that's a banger. I listen to that. My daughter
No,
actually
yeah.
likes it.
They seem. Hey, my son be playing it too. It should be crazy.
Oh, so you got kids
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I got
Oh,
kids.
nah. Well, one,
No, I got three. I got three. My son's my youngest. Yeah, for
three.
sure.
Oh, you got started young,
Yeah,
like
yeah, for
us.
sure.
Wow.
Be
Well,
like that.
congratulations. That's awesome. What has
Nah, yeah.
fatherhood taught you?
Shit. Um, uh, my dad was right for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's too, cause they always told me, cause I was kind of, I was a pretty bad kid. I was good though. I was good, but I had my little times and stuff, my moments. Um, and I would always get told like, "Watch, you gonna learn when you're a dad. You gonna see what I'm talking about."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing for sure. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy, but no, I love it though, being a father for sure, because you can have the worst type of day or whatever going on, and they come in and they just happy to see you, just
Yeah.
you, and it'll change your whole mood for sure. And that's where I kind of be. I'll be stuck sometimes because I know they watching,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got a voice, and I know a lot of people are influenced by what I say and what I do. So it be hard because I'm still doing all this stuff, but I know I gotta give them a different message. So
Yeah.
it'd be hard to do it. It'd be hard, but I tell them all the time, like, you see this, don't think that it's good, don't think it's sweet, like it's not. But I try to steer them away as much as I can. They come in with it's a song I did with my boy Rico and Babyface Wood.
Yeah.
It's called Too Smooth, and the kids be loving it. Like, Too Smooth, everywhere I go. They be
Yeah.
jumping to it, be playing it. My kid knows how to work the tablet now. My youngest, he's 2.
Yeah.
He don't even get the tablet. He'll get the remote and play it on the TV. And it's
Yeah.
like, open the music, daddy. I was like, oh my god. He faithfully wants that, and he'll trip out
Yeah.
on everybody. It don't matter where we're at. We could be at a family event, and he sees somebody put on YouTube, and
Yeah.
hey, no, put the daddy
Your dad.
music. Like,
Yeah. That's
he
cool. No,
great.
I feel you with that, with having that internal conflict as a parent, because you know the power of what you influence. I'd say my biggest advice to that is everything has an equal opposite, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I think one thing I've learned from life is that balance is fundamental.
Yeah,
And there's a saying that I live by: it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war,
yeah, for
you know?
sure,
So
for
it's
sure.
like, okay, you think, like I don't want to steer them that way. I think part of it is actually good that they could see Pops could, he has this position
Mm-hmm.
and the level of power that comes with it, but you harbor that within yourself
Yeah,
and you know how to conduct yourself. And you said it earlier, you're the type of man that you'll speak with another man and have a grown man conversation first
for
to
sure.
avoid that.
Yeah,
And it's wonderful to see that, I'm seeing it a lot. A lot of men are coming out and speaking on that wisdom and that knowledge and representing that. You could have grown up this way, been in the streets, made these mistakes, learned these things, became a dad, and now you're trying to find the balance of I'm still capable of that war,
yeah, yeah,
but I'm playing it
yeah.
smooth
Nah,
as
for
it should
sure,
be.
for sure. And that'd be a big thing right now, bro. For sure. I'll be trying to just stay positive as much as I can, but I can still get those calls every now. Hey, this is going on, or this is going on, and I just do my best for sure. There's a time and place for everything.
Amen.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Well, Sav, what is the biggest thing you learned from life?
Biggest thing is we don't have a lot of time. That's for
Mm,
sure. Cause before you know it, you're gonna be 60 years old for sure. I think after my 16th birthday, everything all the years been flying.
yeah.
It's just been going, boom, 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 boom. So a lot of people think we got all the time in the world. It's far from the truth for sure. Because you got to think of it like, how much time do you really have that's guaranteed? Especially us, like being involved in the streets and stuff. You never really know when your day is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I think of my folks. They both like 60 years old. So I'm like, how much time do I really got with them?
Yeah.
And I owe them the world for sure. So I got a lot of catching up to do for sure.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
You're
That's
doing a
pretty
lot of
much
deep
it.
thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Time is the only thing we can never get back,
Mhm.
you know? I know I like to live by, if I were to die today, what would people remember of me?
Mhm.
And did everybody that came in contact with me, did I impact them positively in some kind of way?
Something for
Just
sure.
some, a little, even a smile to a stranger,
Yeah,
some little.
I like thinking of it like that too. I want to be able to like just the last conversation that I had with you. Am I content with that? If you was
Hmm.
to go tomorrow, and that's how I be trying to be with not just my kids but everyone around me. Like I'm known to be that one that's always, hey, you should do this, give us some advice, or
Hmm.
oh, damn, I got this going on, and they come and tell me like about their problems, and I'm like, bro, you should go out about it like this. This how I would have gone about it. And what's messed up about that is I don't tend to take my own advice either though.
Hmm.
Like I'll say, I know the solution to a lot of stuff, but I have trouble even doing it myself, even though I know it's right. It's kind of like that battle within type of thing
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, well, sometimes ego can get in the way of that. You know what I mean? Or, learning to manage your emotions as you go, or like not think of the reputation or things like that. I know those were some things that I struggled with that.
Yeah,
And
for
then just
sure.
doing like, just going out on a limb on faith and just being like, well, fuck it. I'm going to start handling
Yeah,
situations the way I know that I should. However I look to people or whatever people think or whatever, I'm just going to do it because I know that it's right. And then when I stood in those convictions, it's like everything changed. And then
yeah,
like it's
yeah.
crazy because you do one thing at a time and everything starts to align exactly how it's supposed to. It's the
Yeah,
trippiest
for
thing.
sure.
It's the
No,
trippiest
yeah. You
thing.
just gotta keep faith for sure.
Yeah. Is there any new projects or any new things you want to promote before we end it?
Yeah, so be on the lookout. We got a Red Team compilation coming out. I'm still working on all the features and stuff, but it's gonna be me and my bro Bo Biz, with Jacket for Life Records. We're gonna put it together. I seen how good the song did,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, we gotta keep that ball rolling.
Yes.
So that's what we got coming up for sure.
Nice. You guys be sure to go check out his music videos. Follow him on Insta. I'll link all of that in here. And Sav, thank you so much for joining the
Appreciate you for
podcast. It was
having
nice.
me.
Yes. All right, guys. Bye bye.